Welcome everyone. In this video, I'm going to tell you about how we can prepare a resume for a fresher with the help of ChatGPT. And many times, what we see that freshers or the people or the students who has just passed from the college, they don't know how to write a effective resume. And I have seen most of the times that they write anything like which is not relevant to the job description or job where they are applying. So in this video, I'm going to prepare one resume with the help of ChatGPT and how we can make this resume more effective. And there are few things which we need to understand that whenever we are going to apply for any of the job, we should be able to understand that we are going to apply for each job and we can prepare the resume for each job separately. Means it's not like that just one resume we keep applying everywhere, because that's not going to help you to get the calls which you are expecting. Because what happens, not every job is same, and if you are just preparing just only one resume and if you keep applying everywhere, it is very unlikely that you are getting a call, because your skills and that job description or the jobs where you are applying may not be matching. So how to solve this? This is something which is very interesting, and with the help of ChatGPT, one of the AI tool, which is very powerful nowadays, and we should be able to make most of it. So how we can do that? So we'll try to see. I do have this a template, a blank template, which is here, which I have just created, and we will try to make sure that our resume or the CV does not exceed more than 2 pages. So that's what we are going to try out. We are going to use Canva as well for to create a cover letter, and this is very helpful for anyone who are appearing for jobs and those who have just completed their graduations. Just watch this video till the end so that you will get to understand means how to prepare an effective resume. So let's start with this first name and last name. Before that means, so whenever we wanted to apply for any job, we should be able to understand that we need to find the jobs. So there are different ways to find jobs. Naukri.com is there, monster.com is there, then LinkedIn is also very effective when it comes to finding a job. But for now, means I'm just taking a Naukri.com website where I'm just going to try out a search for this jobs. Let's say means I wanted to search for a software engineer, and I am just searching for the job as a freshers. And in location, let's try to see in India everywhere. I wanted to see jobs, so I'll just try to search. I'm not giving any other options here. Just clicking on search now. Now, when we search it, now you can see there are a lot many results, around 4,300 something results it is showing. And now the thing is, now if you are going to apply for every job here, it is not that effective, and no one actually cares when we apply from Naukri.com here just directly. So what we need to do, let's try to take one of the job here as a software engineer. You can say this is showing as 0 to 4 years of experience, and then job description is something which is it is showing here. This is a job description which is expecting. I'm sure that while completing your graduation, you must have gone through all these things. The only thing is how we put these things in a better way in a resume, so that our resume gets highlighted and it gets noticed by the recruiter and they give us the call. So what we need to do, first of all things which we need to do is we need to copy this job description. So this is something which is we are going to do is, now I have just copied it now, and I do have this chat GPT open, which is here. In chat GPT, what happens, like we need to understand means how we can use this. So if you are not aware of what is chat GPT, it is something which very useful tool when it comes to generating results in a text format. So it's artificial intelligence tool which gives us this information. Whatever the questions which we can ask, asking right question is important, and it gives description. So now the thing is, when it we goes to the our resume, Here we need to give our first name, our last name. Let's say my first name and last name. I am giving it here. The email ID I am giving it here. Let's say means I have this is my. I'm just giving some email ID. I am just giving this number here. I'm not sure. This is something which is. I'm just giving as a test. This is not my actual number for your information. Then this professional summary. So now when we wanted to apply any for any job which we need to understand, we need to prepare our resume specific to that particular job description. So now as we are uh, applying for this particular job, which is the software engineer job, which is having the job description, now what we are going to do is we are going to ask ChatGPT to write a professional summary. Now we will say like, can you please write 4 lines of professional summary for below job description. So this is something which is we just need a 4 lines or 5 lines, 4 to 5 lines we can say, and we will copy that job description. I just copied it and I am just pasting it now here. So you can see I have just asked this question. Can you please write up 4 5 lines of professional summary for below job description? So that description which is I'm going to apply. So that I have copied it here and I'm just pasting it and just asking this question. Now, within few seconds, the chat GPT will give mm, something which is a very helpful description. So now you can see this is something which is it has given this professional summary. Now it is not like that means we need to understand take all these things, but we need to get started with here. Just copy this and just go to our resume and we need to put it here. Now it is not like that we are going to copy it like as it everywhere. We need to amend it for some places where we are going to make some changes in it. So this is something which is we have copied it here. Now something which is it is showing as a seasoned professional, I excel in developing and directing software system validation and testing methods to ensure delivery of high quality software. And uh, wherever you see this something which is like important words, we can just make it um, bold, like we can say software system validation and testing methods to ensure delivery of high quality software. I have track record for directing software programming initiatives and overseeing the development of uh, initiatives. So this is something which is we can just make it like this. With my extensive experience working with clients and we can just remove this. I excel in we can just remove this as well. We just don't want to keep very long. I have strong analytical skills because this is what was mentioned in the job description, enabling me to analyze data to coordinate and the installation of the new system or modification. I am adept at managing the software development life cycle. So this is important. Uh, that software development life cycle is something which is we can mention that SDLC, because we as a short form also it is important while monitoring the communicating key project data to team members and building cohesion. So this is something which is additionally I apply um, mathematics and statistics to problem solving initiatives and apply best practices and standard um, for project execution. So this is fine. We can just remove this. Now this is like you can say up to 5 points. So we can say we have written the professional summary within few seconds. Now we can just highlight some of the points which is directing software programming initiatives. So this is something which is we can make it as bold. Documentation is important. Then we do have anti skills. So this is important. Installation of new systems. So this is a important point. Then again, we do have monitoring of system performance. and additionally I apply mathematical and statistical to problem solving. So again, we need to highlight these and apply best practices to standard op. So this looks good now. We will go to the key skills. So this is again important how we can add a key skill. So this is something which is we need to understand what are the different skills which are needed. Now again, we will go to the chat GPT to ask this question if we it suggests anything important in this. So let's try to go to the chat GPT. Here we are going to again copy this job description, and we'll just again ask this. Can you just let me know what are the main technical skills we will ask required for this job? So now this is something which is I have just given this, and it has just given something which is mentioned as software testing and validation methodologies and other things like problem solving, data analysis, coordination skills. So this is fine, but it is not relevant to put in the technical skills. So we will just again ask what are the programming, because this above answer is not relevant as I feel, because I just needs what are the technical skills, like what are the programming language, or what are the testing technologies we need to understand, languages needed for the below job description. So I'm just putting it like this again, and let's see is what it is showing. So it does say Java, Python, C Sharp, JavaScript, SQL, Ruby, Swift, PHP, and it is also essential to have working knowledge of development tools such as Git, Jira, and other things. So this is important to understand. So we need to make sure. The only other thing which we can do is we need to find out what are the things which are mentioned here in the job description. Also, sometimes they mention these what are the technical skills needed or the programming language needed. So but here it doesn't have that skills, but anyway we can what we can mention is we can just mention as we can say here C, C++, Java. We can mention as PHP, or then JavaScript is another technology. We should again mention some of the database technologies, databases we can mention, which is we need to make it somewhat of formatting properly. So we can say SQL, um, Oracle, or Microsoft SQL Server. So these are something which is you should be able to familiar with this tool. We can say some of the other technologies which is saying like we can add Python as well here, because this is also important. But you need to make sure that you know the languages. So whatever the knowledge languages you know, that languages you can put it here. Otherwise, if you don't know anything about that particular language, don't add it. Or if you are going to add it, then learn about that technologies, and at least you should get familiar with the technology. As at a beginner level, you should be able to understand it. So this is important to understand. You should be able to now we can say you have put like front end technologies or programming languages or database, and that is the backend technology you can say. And you as the chat GPT has suggested some other tools, like you can say uh, other tools which is Jira is another ticketing tool where the request comes in, so that you can aware about these tools. And GitHub is another tool which is there. So this is something which is you can mention. You can just format it in a better way so that it looks good. So I'm just putting it like this. So this is something which is you can put like this, and if there are any other technologies which you are aware, then you can mention that as well. So you can say software engineering concepts. So you can mention as data structure is important, that you are aware about this. as if you have completed your computer science or in engineering in computer science or IT, then data structure is important. You should be able to understand object oriented concepts, you can mention like this. And some of the testing tools as well is something which is related to, because this job is something which is you should be able to understand. So you can say that manual testing, you aware, or if you're aware about the automation testing as well, then you can mention that as well. So this is something which is you can mention. So now this looks somewhat good, that you at least know all these tools, and you should be able to prepare around these tools as well. So this is something which is you need to uh, add it like this. Now this career history, most of the times whenever this freshers are there, like or graduate people, they don't have anything as a project experience, or they don't have actually basically any work experience or career history that they haven't have joined anywhere. So what you can do, you can mention that any internship you have performed or any internal project which you have completed. So that is something which is you can add it here. And here you can mention some company name, like any company name you have, and the location maybe it is in Pune, you have mentioned, added. Then the designation is intern or internship you have completed, and the duration was around 6 months, you can mention. Maybe you have like June 20 to December 2023. So this is something which is you can mention as the duration of 6 months um, that you have completed. Now in this you can mention what are the different things which you have done. uh, so you don't need to mention anything here as an internship, but we can explain your internship details here in a work experience which is here. So for that, before that, we will just try to add a job profile. And now for job profile, again we can go to the chat GPT and let's see what it suggests. Now I'm just adding this job, copying this again job description. So I have to go to again here, and I'll just mention as, can you give me job profile points for below job description. I'm just saying that again. So this is something which is it has given like what is the job description for this for job development responsibilities, develop and direct software testing, and all these things. It has come. Now, what are the points which we need to take? Is something which is not all things which we need to take, because this is not required. This is something which is a job profile it is giving, but we should be able to take these responsibilities from here as a job profile. And we need to make some changes, because not everything we should be able to take it, or we should not take it as it is. So we should be able to take some something out of this, and we should add those points here. Now, this is something which is develop and direct software system validation and testing method, oversee software programming initiative, manage the software development life cycle, monitor system performance. So these are some of the things which we have done as a part of this internship, or whatever education you have completed. At that time you must have got some knowledge, so just try to add this and just try to understand these points. So because if something is asked about these questions or these points, then you should be able to give the answers. So this is important to tell. Now you can say this create unit shells to meet companies technical needs, test new software, fix bugs, shape the future of our system. You can remove some of the points which is not required, and oversee, because most of the time we don't get a chance to work. So we can say oversee the development of the documentation and other things. So this is something which is mentioned. We can keep this, or we can add some main points here. Develop and direct software system validation. So this is we need to again mention. Again, these are some of the points which you need to highlight, and wherever you see important points which we need to just make sure that so we can say remove some of the top points. Analyze data is important. So communicate key project data to team members. So whenever you are fresher, you are not going to direct anyone. So you are not going to anything, but you can communicate with the other team members for some other things like understanding the problems or solving the problems. So that is something which is we can do. So these are some of the points which we can mention, and this is something which is now it does looks good. Um, where it shows some of the job profile related information. Now we are going to go to the work experience, where we are going to add some project description. Now it is important to understand that whatever the project which you have completed in your project, like in your internship, that information you should be able to understand. You just don't give a 2 or 3 lines of project description. This is not good, because no one will notice that. You need to give more detail about your project. If you have not done any internship, you have just passed out from the college, and but at least in the final year you must have completed one project, which is a final year project. You must have completed. Just try to understand that project. If you are not sure what are the different description you need to take, then you can go to again chat gpt and ask some inputs on that. So for that, what you can do, we can just go back here and we will say you should be able to understand some project, let's say means can you give a work description for a project developed. So anything project you can say, let's say means I'm saying developed for investment firm. So I'm just taking an example that you have developed a website in the a website in the college, which gives some investment related information. Investment firm related to investment options, saving options, some of the options or some of the features which you have done, saving options. Then you can say policy comparison, payment facility in the etc. And this project was developed in let's say PHP and MySQL database as backend. So this is something which is I'm giving an initial thought or initial idea to the chat GPT that this was something which is related to basically an investment firm, which will have some options of what are the different investment options, saving options, what are the policy comparison, different policies or investment policies which are there, what are the different payment facilities which are available. So that is something which is implemented you as a part of a team, and then you develop this in a PHP front end and a back end as a MySQL. So I'm just asking to give a project description. So this is at least you should be able to do. You should be able to give your technology whatever you have used and just say generate this. So now it is saying that the investment and banking saving platform for overview. It is giving the overview. What are the responsibilities and other things which you have it is started giving. So what are it is given and what are the so not all the things which is needed, but at least something which is we need to take from this. And I'm going to tell you means what are the things which we can take. Now we should be able to again add some of the important points here. So this overview don't need to take it as it is, because this is something which is a goal of a particular company. But what you as a developer has done, like, or whatever the work you as a team member has done, then you can take these things, so which you can copy this and go back to your here, and you can give some name like maybe investment What are the project name? So I'm just giving this as a test, but you can give it some other things as well. So this is something which is I'm just putting it designing and developing web platform using PHP and MySQL. So this is something which is it is highlighted implementing policy comparison tools. So this is important. It has already given creating user friendly interfaces for managing and monitoring investment, so integrating payment gateway. So this is important because this is something which is you can say if you are not aware about because this is payment gateway is something which is more advanced, but if you are not aware, then just try to learn this. If some questions are asked on this, you should be able to understand it. Mm. Security is and reliable. So this is again implemented collaborating with the backend team to integrate platform with our existing databases. So this is you need to mention collaborating with the backend team, and then testing and debugging the platform. So this is something which is again testing is involved, like all the activities. Documenting is again a thing, and providing technical support is not something which is you can do it, but anyway, in a short period of time of you have something which we have done. And now, so this is something which is there. Then as you can say, this is work experience, and project description also you can give it here. What is the project? So in project description, you can take this description or overview. uh, So an investment firm is seeking to develop a web platform that will provide our customers with comprehensive set of investment and provide the customers with the comprehensive set of investment and saving options. The platform includes such as policy comparison, payment facilities, and integration. The platform will be developed using. So this is something which is not required to mention it here, but I'm just so this is something which is I have added it here. Now you can say I'm just making it in a proper format here. Um, so this still needs some formatting, but I will do it final at the final time. And you can mention as roles and responsibilities. So this is something which is need to format in a proper way. I'm just doing it now here. So I will do the formatting later, but this is something which is we need to mention. And now the thing is, we are done with this work experience. Now the language is spoken. So what are the languages which are you know? Means if you know English, Hindi, let's say Marathi, I know. So I'm just putting that. If you know any other language, then you can put that. This is important. Educational details, you can mention your 10 plus 2 and then graduation. But let's say means you have completed a B in computer science, or let's say IT, then let's say which institute, then I say Pune University. What are the university you are having, then when you are passed out, let's say 2023 you are going to pass out, so that you can mention here. Any additional extra activities. So this is important. Extra activities you can mention. Something which is more going to be helpful for the job. So suppose hackerrank.com is one website which helps to people to get learn new technologies there and get some certification. So there are some rank like level 1, level 2, level 3. So if you are having that kind of level, just put that batches here. So that is helpful. So you can say hacker rank level 1 achieved. You can say there is another activity you can say, or you can say um, like participated in any other technical event, something related to the let's say for Java, or maybe PHP, something related to that. You can mention what are the activities you have done in college. Don't mention anything which is not useful to your profession, or not useful to job. So this is important to understand. Now, these all things are done. Now, don't mention anything related to your hobbies. I have seen people mentioning like dancing as a hobby, or playing games. Kind of that hobbies which are not relevant to this, and it doesn't help. No one is going to care about that hobbies. The hobbies which are there, you which are more useful for you to get the job, that you need to mention. Otherwise don't mention. Don't mention any strength or weakness here. If you asked by the interviewer, then you can tell the strength or weakness, but it is not needed here. So this is done. Actually, we just need to do final formatting, which is there, and this all we need to do is removing this shading, so that I will do. The other thing is we can do is we can just add a page border here as well. You can see which is here as a page border. We can mention some page border like this, so that it will look good like this. Now this is something which is looking good, this resume. So this is the way we can do. You can do this formatting later to correct it. I'm just not going to do it because this is something which is just a simple one which we can try out. And the last thing which I'm going to show you is going to say about the cover letter, which we can design with the help of Canva. So we can go in a Canva. So in Canva, what happens, like we do have this canva.com website where we actually create a cover letter. Now in Canva, where we do a cover letter generally we prepare whenever we are going to apply for any job. So something what happens, like we need to apply for a job, and along with resume we can send this cover letter. So for this we can just search it here as a cover letter, which comes here, and it comes like this. We what we can do, we can just go back and we can just copy our job description, and we can say that we can again ask ChatGPT, write a cover letter, write a 200 words cover letter for below job. So this is something which is I wanted to add a cover letter. So it is saying something which is important. So just we need to just copy this here, like, so it's just a request for hiring managers to consider your profile. So what we can do, we can just copy this from here and go to the Canva now. In Canva, we do have these templates which are there. So what we can say that, let's say means we can take one of this design. So we do have this, let's say this, I'm just taking as an example, and we can just say customized template. Now, when we customize this, we can just change the content. So what is a cover letter and all those things, and uh, how we can change this. Now, let's say means, so I'm just making it maximize. So now you do have this cover letter, which is here. Now, so this is something which is there, and we can just add some changes. So whatever we have just added, we can just copy it. Now, once we are done, like some of the things which are there, which we can just make it maximize, and then we can just writing down here. So we can remove some of the points which are not relevant, but so that it is just not too much too lengthy. Then I'm just removing this. Now we can have this ready with the our changes and all those things. Now we can you can give your name here. What is your name, and then your designation as what is it? Let's say means you have completed a BE graduate in computer science, and give your phone number here, email ID, address. If you have any website, don't put any website if you don't have anything. Then give it to the hiring manager. It's their name, and what is your, you can say here instead of dear hiring manager, here their name should be here. Let's say Mr. Ajay is the hiring manager, and take this, put your signature here. Let's say Atul, like this, something which is it is coming, and then you can just download this cover letter. Let's say means you have this option of sharing here, and just use this download option, which is here, and you can download it a PDF standard, and then just make it. And once you have downloaded it, now you can see it here. Just download it and let see. This will the some look like something like this. So this is something which is you can attach this cover letter along with your resume. So once you have this your resume ready, you can just make it as a file from here as export to PDF, create to PDF and text PDF document, and just make it as a .pdf file, and then just try to keep applying. So this way you can prepare many places, whatever the job description you are having, just try to get that job description, do the changes as per this instructions I have given. With the help of ChatGPT, you can make the your resume more effectively. I hope this information which is I have shared is helpful for you. If you have any questions or comments, do let me know in comment section. If you like my video, then please like it and subscribe it to my channel if you haven't subscribed yet. Thank you for watching.